What's up, nerds? Free99 here, having a second helping of Wordy Weapon, a weapon slash wordsmith roguelike. It's developed and published by Andrew Amisola. By the way, big thank you to Andrew the dev. He was so happy I covered the demo that they sent me a free key to the full game. So first of all, not sponsored. I never asked for a key or anything, and they never said I had to make a video for it. They were just, out of the kindness of their heart, hey, thanks for checking out the game, here's a free key. And I was like, sweet. So yeah, if you want to support them, you can find it on Steam. It's currently 15% off right now, so like $6 US, $8 Canadian, I believe. With all that being said, let's craft in. Okay, so we've got, yes, I do remember the captain of the guards. There was also a second person in the demo. Didn't get to play this, and now that they're locked, so that's kind of cool. There's a bit of progression in the game. And then there's 1, 2, 3 more characters, 4 more characters. So there's what, 6 characters in the game? You don't actually get to play as them. You are the blacksmith slash weaponsmith slash wordsmith. And they are your client. You actually help them as they go through their, quest to defeat the evil. And it's your job to make the weapons that they'll be using. Each character has a strength and weakness, as well as proficiencies, which is also a strength and weakness. A passive, enemy HP decreased by 20%. If you've ever played a Balatro type game, instead of trying to create a score that goes up to and above a certain number, it's actually the enemy's health that you're trying to decrease to 0. So a little bit of a quirky twist in the I want to say age-old tradition, but it's not really that old. Balatro, I believe, came out like early 2024, I want to say. Anyway, we got 3 different difficulties. Obviously, the others are locked for now. Hero skills, I don't believe was in the demo, and it looks like the game now has meta progression, which is cool. Not entirely sure if the skill points are spread throughout or if it's locked between a character. Obviously, I haven't played a run yet, at least in the full run or full release. But there is a respec button, so that's cool. If you like maxed out Graham, you can just respec and at the very least get a head start on the other characters. Close this. Yeah, let's select this hero and see what else has come about. Webster Spiderling, let me define your defeat. Obviously a pun with Webster's dictionary. Wordsmith, I need a wordy weapon to defeat this foe. Click to continue. Alright, so this is the majority of the game. It looks like I have zoomed in a little bit too much. In the settings here, there is a slider for the UI scale. Let's try like 130. There we go. Now we can see everything. Perfect. So we got Webster Spiderling and Graham Moore. So Graham is good with physical and earth, terrible at using poison and dark. They get a bonus for slashing type weapons and a negative when magic. On the opposite side, our villain here, we want to use fire or water to murder them, and then they resist poison and dark. So that's what the green and the red means for both sides. And again, the points or HP that we're trying to delete here is 16. So we do have a sword for Graham, and we always have to start with a base weapon. That's a given. So we'll do that. Heroes have their preferred weapon. Mine is a sword, yes. A weapon alone is not enough. It needs to be enhanced. Words can be elemental or define its rarity. Keep in mind the hero and enemy strengths and weaknesses. Select a word and place it in another slot depending on where it'll take on its proper form as an adjective or a noun. When you forge, these modifiers determine your damage. Each word has attack power or AP. This depends on the word's tier and how effective it is. Each word has +1 W to the word count, but words can count for more. Reread will continue a word twice. Cool. So yeah. They were proficient in slashing, that's why we have a base of 1 and then times 2 because of their proficiency. So this does 2 damage, and as you can see, the spider is down by 2 health, sort of. We haven't crafted this yet, but you can see that we're going to be dealing 2 damage to the enemy. So now we can add adjectives to it. We're good at physical and earth, and they are weak to fire and water. So it's good to choose something of that nature. So let us do Quake as the earth adjective. That's more wordy. Continue forging until the weapon will be powerful enough to defeat the enemy, indicated by its AP in the center and the enemy's HP bar. When you're ready, hit the forge weapon. So now that we have added quaking, it is losing 10 health instead of the 2. And then we just need 1 more in order to beat it. I guess title is 27. Our weapon currently is doing 27 damage to 16. I feel like that's a bit much. If we go rare, that's 52. That's even more. If we get rid of quaking, 20 is closer. 20 is definitely closer. You're trying to min-max the amount of words and damage that you want to deal to the enemy, because obviously using 2 words is a lot better than using 3 of your words. 20 might be the best we can do right now. What happens if we put magic? Magic does 16, exactly 16. So a magic sword will deal 16 damage to the Webster Spiderling, which is exactly enough that we need. We can also just, get rid of this magic multiplier right now because, well, magic Graham Moore isn't really good with magic. So the sooner we get rid of stuff that they're bad with, the more our deck is filled with stuff that it is good with, which will help us out in the later levels. So let's go ahead and forge. And the magic sword deals 16 damage to Webster. And we have gotten victory. Plus 20 gold, and then plus 15 interest. So there is a bit of a save your money to get more money later on mechanic in the game. So that's cool. Let's continue. I see you haven't lost your edge, Wordsmith. Next, you'll be able to buy and sell swords, tools, and more. Accompany me on this adventure. All I ask is to craft me a wordy weapon. So here we are at the, I guess, in between. We've got 27 rounds in total. This is round 2 that we're going into. Chapter 1 of 3, so it's split into 3 different acts. Again, we are reminded that Graham Moore is strong with physical and earth and weak using poison and dark. We also have info on the next enemy, the passive voice. We have to deal 30 damage to them. They're weak to lightning and dark, which we are not proficient in, so that kind of sucks. Nothing hasn't really lined up. We do have to remember that they resist what we are good with, so that's kind of annoying. Over here, we can buy a bundle of words. Essentially, Word and Sky contains fire, water, earth, and lightning, as well as Body and Soul that contains physical, poison, light, and dark. Because they are weak to lightning and dark, I believe Word and Sky is going to be better than Body and Soul. Although Body and Soul does contain physical stuff that Graham is good with. So it might be better to grab this, and then we can hope to get a dark as well. It's not just this enemy that we have to look out for. Future enemies is also something we need to look out for. Tools are over here. They are one-time use items. So we could tautology, copy a selected word from your inventory, so we could duplicate like rare, I suppose, if we wanted to. Weapon Master, all weapons get ×3 proficiency bonus this battle. So if we ended up with like nothing but wands, since we're terrible at it, we could use the Weapon Master to bump that up a bit. And then Polymorph, transform the enemy and remove their resistances. So if we had an enemy that was strong against poison and dark, or weak to poison and dark, and then strong against physical and earth, we could just re-roll them because our character is terrible against that matchup. So yeah, that's basically all you need to know. Money is up here. We have $63, and we're gonna earn 18 more after we finish round 2 if we keep what we have in stock. So that's something good to know, something to keep your mind of. Don't spend too much, or else the money earned will go down. I think we should grab at least a body and soul. Or no, let's go with Word in the Sky. I got that backwards. They're weak to lightning, and we're like medium to lightning. They're weak to dark, but we're weak at using dark. And then they resist what we're strong with. So I guess lightning words would be the best for this character. And we have gotten a longbow, the water word, 2 water words, and an earth word. Not really what we were looking for, but you know what? That's okay. We do still have a bolt, and we do still have like a bow, I guess, to use against them. Let's go ahead and exit. Get to the next round. We have the passive voice. Responsibility will not be taken. Blame will be deflected. You will be defeated. Sounds like every Gen Z person I have ever met. Shout out to all those Gen Zs. So we've got to deal 24 damage. We could go with the longbow, but let's see if our regular bow or even maybe a mace is good enough to defeat them. Obviously, it's only going to be doing 1 damage. Let's add the bolt. So it's going to be doing 10. If we put the rare, 52. Not use rare just yet. If we add the dark, exactly 24. So we got a gloomy bolting mace to pair against the passive voice. That's good enough for me. I don't think we could have done it with a 2-card combo. Plus 20 gold. Let's continue on. So we got $71. Next is the mini boss, a Vowel Goblin. They're weak to fire and dark. 2 things that we are not good with. They resist earth and poison. Good thing we're terrible at poison. And I guess the strong with and resist with earth makes it like medium weakness, I guess, as it were. So we're looking for fire cards. So let's grab another word in Sky. See what we can grab here. A scepter, a thunderbird, a behemoth, and a quake. All things we don't really need, but that's okay. I'm sure we will manage. Let's exit the shop, see what we can do here. Yeah, so they stole the vowels in GIVEMEYOUR and then vowels. So yeah, they're a thief. That's kind of cool. Base AP of 3, but it is 1.5 times. Does it round up or down? I would love to know. It rounds down. So that's one thing to keep in mind. Let's start with the bow. See how far. Wait, actually, yeah. So this is 0 because half of 1 is 0.5, and it rounds down. Good to know. Good to know. Let's start with a bow here. We can put not a whole lot actually. We don't have dark or fire to play with. Medium weakness to water though. So whoops. Wrong space. We want adjective. We got a 6 there. Times 2.5 is 37. We're off by 5. What else can we do? If we put behemoth, 45 out of 42. Thunderbird is 45 out of 42 as well. Or Thunderous, not Thunderbird. It is Thunderbird, but I guess it becomes Thunderous when you put it in here. I think that's the most we can get out of without investing too much. We have a bunch of quakes, so I don't mind getting rid of Behemoth. But what if we turn the bow into something weaker, maybe? Behemoth here and then rare here. 41 damage. We are off if we do it this way. So that's a little bit unfortunate. We do have to use the bow. Let's go back to the bow. Let's go to the behemoth. And then let's go for the rare. I think we have to use this. Obviously, the title's not going to be too much, even though we have multiple of those. So yeah, rare colossal bow. It's not perfect, but it does get the job done. Using up 3 words, especially the rare word and the behemoth tier 3. I'm not a fan of, but what can you do? Let's go ahead, take the enemy down. Anything to progress. Victory! And we got some boss rewards. We got the Phoenix that we could have used during the fight, but, you know, it's nice to have that now. We got a longbow as well, the common word. That's cool. We get a talent, so these are your artifacts. They stay with you throughout the entire run, and they either modify your stats or give you a direction to build towards. Focused Fire. 2.5 times if one hero strong element. Okay. +2 adjective slots. +2 adjective slots filled. 1.5 times per adjective. That's not bad. It does require us to use up a lot of cards, which isn't the worst. As you progress through the game, you're gonna be adding more and more cards unless you like roll godly and only need ever 2 cards to beat a character. And then +1 gold per 5 W scored. I don't think we have an issue with money right now. It's either gonna be Handy Ace or Focused Fire. If one hero strong element. Specialization over diversification. So if only one of our elements is strong against them, we'll get the bonus. If not, if like 0 or 2 or more, then we don't get the bonus, which is a little annoying. This, I feel like, is more within our grasp. So I'm gonna take this one. And then our talents is kept up here in case you ever need to, in case you ever need to refresh your mind on what you have. $94. That's not bad. We've got a weak to lightning and dark, resist physical and earth again, and another passive voice. We can sell these, I believe. If we click on that, yeah, we can sell cards that we don't need, which is really, really good. I don't think we need the 1. I don't think we need the 2 tides. And I'm sure we can get rid of a stone. Well, maybe not the stone, because we're strong with earth. The scepter is decent enough that it can stay. But if we sell this for money, we do have 103. Now we can get a world and sky as well as a body and soul and refresh our words. Hopefully we get like a sword or something. That would come in handy. So let's buy this. We got a staff. Don't need. Quake, another one. Cool. A bolt and a fire. I mean, could be a lot worse. Could be a lot worse. Let's go ahead and get body and soul here. Hopefully we'll get something better. We do get a sword. That's nice. We get a strike, which is a physical attack. And then the legendary modifier. That's crazy. That's crazy. Do we want any of our one-time uses? Generate a random tier 3 word and add it to inventory. 25 gold. So half of a... No, the same exact amount as a crate. But it's a guaranteed tier 3 word. I don't know if that's good enough. Copy a selected word in your inventory, I think is good enough. I'd love to keep the legendary. So we're gonna go ahead and buy that. And then I think we're gonna delete the staff. We could sell this back for $2, get some of the money back. I think is a good play. This sells for 5. I might get rid of this as well. The rest look fine. I mean, we could get rid of a toxin, I guess. We're not really proficient in that. Lightning we're proficient with. Maybe get rid of the tier 1s. This looks fine to me. Sell all of that. Now we got some space again. And then let's go ahead and exit shop and fight our next person. Your defeat has been Okay, well, I was hoping there would be a pool of like sayings that the enemy would have, but you know, maybe we RG to the same one twice. Let's go ahead and start with the longbow. How much does that give? +2. The sword, on the other hand, gives +2 as well, which I guess makes sense. Yeah. We need to deal 64 damage to them, though. They are weak to lightning, so if we go Thunderbird, that's 16. And then if we do common, that's 75. Too much. Well, maybe common is enough. If we take off Thunderous and put in Bolt. Oh, so close, so close. Okay, so common plus what? If we go Phoenix? Phoenix is not enough. Phoenix is not enough. Maybe the common is too much. If we go Bolt and let's say Quake, we're off by 10. Thunderbird would give us 67. It does win, though. Is Quaking more than common? 75. Common is more than Quaking. So if we're gonna do this, we might as well do it this way. 67 damage. I don't think we could have done it any better. Maybe Quaking for Strike? No. Yeah, I don't think we can do any better than the Quaking Thunderous Sword here. So let's go ahead and forge that. 67 damage. We beat the level. There's our victory. Hit continue. 84 in the bank. Obviously, the crates will refresh once you enter a new store. So, you know, if you want to spend all in one go, just know that the money will go up. We have a Weapon Master. We've got the same-day delivery, and then we got the copy ability. None of those interest me. Let's go ahead and Physical and Earth. This is like the best character for us to fight because they're weak to what we are strong with. So, physical, and we got a sword in the body and soul. So I feel like we should take a bit of this. We got a staff, unfortunate. So any weapon can be from any box. That's good to know. We're gonna sell this right away. I don't think we're gonna use it ever. Another toxin we could probably sell. The rest of these, I mean, we're medium with light, so that's fine. Yeah, let's sell this, get $4 back, exit the shop. This should be an easy fight. Let's take a break. Yeah, I feel like I made. First of all, I feel like I made this joke before during the demo, but they talk like the guy from Malcolm in the Middle, the kid in the wheelchair. Flashbacks to making that video. So the weapon we have is a longbow. Nothing we can do about it. Didn't get another sword. Wish we could have. For some reason, the game keeps giving us stabs. 96 damage is a lot. But good news for us, if we put like a strike in, and then as well as a like quake. 22. Huh, I was expecting a little bit more than that. Instead of striking, let's put in a rare maybe? 160. Okay, see that's the kind of damage I was looking for. But obviously that's a little too much. If we go common, that's a bit low. So something between a rare and a maybe like a strike. Does that work? 118. That's still, well, let's go strike and go common. Is that something? It is not. It is only halfway. So it has to be the rare. What about glow? 84? 84 is a little too low. Phoenix is 118. That sucks. If we go quake, and then we go, what if we go fire? Quaking fire is only 60 damage. That's unfortunate. Quaking strike, I believe we already tried. It doesn't get there. So yeah, I think we have to pay a little bit. So if we go rare strike, 118 might be our best. The other thing we could do would be like a legendary strike. Okay, that's a bit much. Legendary toxin. 135, that's still a lot, and it's something we're terrible with and something that they resist. Rare toxin. Humor me for a second. No, not enough. Yeah, 118 I think was the lowest that we were able to generate. This doesn't do a whole lot. Rare Phoenix was 118. Just like, wait, what if we do double quaking? We're 2 damage off. Are you kidding me? 2 damage off on rare quaking. Bro. That sucks. That actually sucks. We could use another word here, but there's no point of that. If we do, like, find ourselves in a pickle, we can put a gem here and then, like, just add more words so the number gets ridiculously big. But we don't really need that right now. This is terrible. Really terrible. Take the quaking off. Obviously, that's not going to be enough. 118. 92. This one's even closer. Well, further away, but like... Yeah. 118 with Infernal Rare. But I guess it's not a good idea if we get rid of that. That's a common. I'm just double checking, making sure there's nothing else that we are missing here. I really wish double quaking would have done it. That would have been so good. Yeah. Wait, it wasn't common? No, it was like this, right? Unfortunately, this is the best that we're gonna have to deal with. So a rare Infernal Longbow against the Comic Chameleon. I was so ready to like one-shot this person, but sometimes it just doesn't work out. Let's forge it. Overpaying by a bit, but what can you do? Let's go ahead and use this on the legendary before we forget. We got Polymorph. Select another word and copy it. We have 96. I'm gonna do this and then use it right away on legendary again. I see no reason not to. We got the run on sentence. I was guilty of doing a lot of this in writing class during like grade school. Grab ourselves a body and soul. Hopefully we get... Stop giving us staff, please. That'd be great. Let's sell the staff. Let's sell the toxin. We don't need 2 of those. 1 would be fine, I guess. Do we go for another world and sky just to get like a weapon that we can actually use? I think so. I hate being low on money, but I also... A great sword! Okay, we have something. A tier 3 Thunderbird, and the epic weapon is also great. Let's exit the shop. See what this boss has. Wait, I'm not done because there's more to say and... Yep. Definitely something I would have totally done. Can we do this with the longbow? Is the question here. They lose the physical... And then if we go like epic, 222 is a bit much. Thunderbird is 74. If we go common, and then we go like Thunderbird, no, that's not enough. I guess it would have to be epic something. Something like a toxin, not enough. A tier 1 would not be enough, not even close. So, a strike maybe? 4 damage off! Are you kidding me? If we take this off and put in legendary, that's too much. That is too much, yeah. So close. I hate how when we get like 1 or 2 numbers off. It is very, very disheartening. Like, why couldn't you be 66? You just couldn't be 66, could you? We go Tide? No. The tier 3 Thunderbird still off by a little bit. That's so annoying. 162. Yeah, it's gotta be like... It's gotta be like Legendary Strike, and we're overkilling this by, you know, 50 or whatever. I don't like it, but it does... Wait, no, okay, that's with a longbow. What about a greatsword? Hold on now. If we do greatsword and we do like Rush and Common, not even close. Thunderbird, not even close. Crushing Strike, greatsword, no. So if we go epic and then like a strike again, 202. 202 is a little bit better. We're still using epic and strike, and this is actually worse because we're using up the greatsword. If we go common, 175, that's closer. That is closer. Epic common greatsword is a bit of a misnomer. Or is that the word I'm looking for? 131. Yeah, that's like our best bet. Unfortunately, common, epic, 175 seems to be our best bet. Yeah, the epic common greatsword. Let's forge it. And we just got that greatsword too. 175 damage. We take out the boss. We get a bit more... Dude, we don't need scepters. Get out of here. Pick one. Epistrophone. Reread the last word, so it triggers twice. I mean, this is a tier 3. This has to be the best one. Weak point, 1.5 times of hitting the weakness, and a times 4 when 3+ words, same element. That would require banking a lot of the same element. Yeah, we're grabbing the reread, obviously. Upgrade a talent. Ooh. What do you become reread times 2? So it triggers 3 times, whereas this just becomes a 2 times multiplier. Yeah, no, definitely upgrading this. We got 73 in the bank. At this point in time, I feel like selling the tier 1s is a must do. Just because we're getting farther into the game. And as that happens, you know, the less and less these become powerful. So let's sell that. Copy another word I love to do. So let's go ahead and copy... Actually, let's see if we can get something better than a legendary. If we could copy like a tier 3 sword, that'd be even better. They're weak to light and lightning. Light is down here, lightning is up here. And we've gotten a sword on both of them, so it really doesn't matter. I'll take the body and soul. Actually, looking at it, we have a lot of light. We have a lot of light. I don't think we need this much glow, to be honest. Maybe take... Well, we're gonna be using one, so maybe keep one. The quakes are nice. Yeah, we barely have any physical words. Poisons, whatever, darks, whatever, and we have quite a bit of light. Maybe it is better to go for the world and sky. We only have 1 fire and 1 water word. 2 lightnings. We've got a lot of earth. Let's sell this first. And then let's go down here. Let's see what we get. We get another wand. That's very disappointing. We don't need this many toxins. Like, sell these 2, sell the wand. And then let's get the world and sky, I guess. Hopefully we'll get something. Dude, what is up with the wands? Get away from me. I don't want you. We're down to 2 words in terms of weapons. And it sucks. Uncommon, I don't think is worth to keep. And Shadow is probably not worth to keep either. Let's go in with this. But before we do, let's copy Legendary. I was real once, wasn't I? Someone used me. Someone must have. Just a ghost. Scepter is a 1.5, so that's fine, I guess. In terms of light, we do have Seraph, and if we go Thunderbird, it is not enough. We do need to do Legendary, I guess. Ooh, Radiant is way too much. Glow, 382. If we go Bolt, it's probably the same thing because there's the same modifier. 382 with a Scepter. What about a Longbow? If we go Legendary and we go Seraph, 495, even more? Wait, no, that's the wrong one. Let's go Glow, 405. It was 4 or 5 more or less. This is 2 AP. The other one was 1.5. So this is better. Can we get rid of Toxin finally? We could. That's even closer. We could also get rid of Crush, 315. I think getting rid of Toxin is fine. 270 out of 256. This is probably the closest that we're gonna get. If we don't use Legendary, yeah, it doesn't go that well. We do get a ×3 with the long. Wait, is that with the ×3 on the longbow? I feel like this doesn't include this. Does it? Let's forge and see what happens. No, it does include it. Okay. We got a Vulgar Vandal now. 480 health is going to be a lot to deal with. We have Earth out the wazoo. We can get rid of this one, actually. So I don't think we need to re-up on that. If anything, let's go ahead and copy. We're going to copy Legendary again. The Legendary is going to be carrying us quite a bit. But yeah, let's go with Body and Soul. Please, please something. Greatsword, thank you. I beseech thee. Give more. Let's get rid of Strike. We can sell that. We got a Greatsword and a Scepter. Do we go for the World and Sky? I don't think so. Let's just exit. Back in my day, we had the decency to swear properly, which means they didn't actually censor themselves. They actually said hashtag at $% exclamation mark. So that's kind of funny. We've got the Greatsword, which is, well, great. We've got the Legendary Multiplier. And then they're dying to Earth, so like, what's Quake at? 585? That's a bit much. If we do double Quaking, that's not enough. So that kind of sucks. We don't have Dark, but we do have the tier 3, which isn't enough either. I guess, yeah, Quaking Legendary. Or maybe we don't have to use the Greatsword, because we're overpaying for much. But what's happening? There you go. If we go the Scepter, please put in, there you go. Legendary Scepter with like Crush or something? No, with Quake. 472? It's still a bit high, but I don't think we can get that with anything else, really. Like, that does nothing. Or like double Quake with a Scepter isn't gonna do a whole lot. 472, if we put a basic tier 2, it doesn't go that high. Basic tier 3, off by 47. So yeah, Quaking Legendary. Yeah, not much else we can do about it. Let's go ahead and forge. At least we're refreshing the Legendary modifier. It's carrying us heavily. Same day delivery, no thank you. Weapon Master, replace a word with its opposite elemental equivalent. Redacted, one random adjective slot is for this fight. Ooh, I don't like you, Red Actins. I don't like you one bit. They're weak to physical, so that's all we have to go with. They resist light and poison. We could get rid of some of our glows. I don't think we need 4 of them. Let's go ahead and sell that. And then I guess body and soul and hope for something good. A scepter again? Come on now. I don't need a toxin. Rare is great. Basilisk is whatever. Yeah, this is gonna be hard. This conversation has been flagged for your will be 666, number of the beast. Well, obviously we're gonna do the great sword. Suffix 1. So is that a gem slot? Because we don't actually use those, funny enough. So if we put like a phoenix here, yeah, there's the item. We don't use that. So that's fine actually. You can that all you want. If we use Thunderbird, that's not enough. It has to be like this, doesn't it? And then we have to like put a rare, but that's a bit much. So maybe not crushing. Maybe we put like a glow here and then we put rare. 100,000 still, no matter how you slice it. If we go scepter and then we go like legendary twice. No, crush. Ew, even double legendary doesn't do it? Okay, let's not use legendary then. Crush, rare. If we're gonna use the gem times 2, then there's no reason to use the legendary. If we go Thunderbird, and then like what's our lowest? Toxin maybe? That's 1054. That's a bit much. But really there's nothing else we could do. We could put like glow, what they're weak with. But that might be a little too little. Little. If we do this and then we do this, it doesn't even get there. Oof. What if we go double legendary and just put like crush in here? Still a lot. Double legendary, wasting that I feel like is too much. Vera? 972. Glow is 931. One of our quakes is 1,000. We might just have to do like... What if we do like quake and then more quake and then more quake? Well, if we go legendary, 850. That's the lowest that we've gotten so far. What if I turn you into a glow? 688. It's still using like 4 words. But it is the closest that we've gotten to. And I think we just send it at this point, honestly. So, Quaking Glowing Scepter of the Legendary. Or, I guess we could do, Legendary Quaking Scepter of the Glow. Yeah, there you go. That's a little bit better. Forge the weapon. Legendary Quaking Scepter of the Glow. 688 damage. Boss has been defeated. Your redactions are over. The record is restored. Bonus rewards. We got a behemoth, which is cool. We got a mace, which isn't a wand, which is even better. Chapter 1 complete. 1 chapter done, but the book isn't finished. Gold bonus plus 40 gold. I'm gonna end it here. I've been recording for quite a bit. Again, it's called Wordy Weapon, made by a single developer, Andrew Amasola. Thank you again, Andrew, for sending me this copy. I really appreciate it. You can find it on Steam. It's on sale right now for at least 24 hours from when this video gets uploaded. Check it out. It's like under 10 bucks. As always, I've been Free99. You've all been amazing. I'll catch you next time.